Now let's move to the highlight of everybody's evening, the town manager's report.
Great way to describe it, Mr. Chair. I just want to start by acknowledging that Republic Services mailed an incorrect mailer to every resident. This was a part of our effort to really blast out the fact that effective today, we changed the recycling schedule. The mailer correctly pointed out that beginning today, all addresses on the west side of the bridge, that's the side with Town Hall, the elementary school, and the mall, would become B week, with this week as their first pickup on the new schedule. All addresses on the other side of the bridge become A week, that's the side that has the middle school, the high school, borders with Dracut, Hudson, Greater Lowell, with their first pickup on the new schedule being next week. Unfortunately, at the bottom of that, it included the old address list, which is completely incorrect. We've been pushing the message out on our website, social media, and through the reverse 911 for the last month and a half. The list that Republic originally provided to us, which was based off of a correct list that our health department provided to them, was in fact correct. So it appears that when they sent this up the chain to their national marketing office, they used an old version. Either way, it was incorrect. I did check in a few times today with our health department. There were some confused calls. The positive thing is that if you accidentally put your trash out today because this was your normal week, or your recycling rather, we were already planning on picking it up to avoid a 3-week gap. So that really helped minimize, fortunately, the impact on residents, though of course it's regretful that there was any confusion. To ensure that people are familiar with the change for next week, the Highway Department will deploy the 2 portable digital message boards on the other side of the bridge with a message that simply says, "This side of bridge, recycling, Monday 113. We'll do one additional reverse 911 at the end of this week, and it's still a banner on our website. We'll put it back out on social media. Hopefully, we've now corrected it. Republic Services is going to mail a new flyer out, and I will turn my email off for a week to make sure that it's correct before I start looking. But I do appreciate everyone's patience. I also just want to shout out our health department. They had to manually, there's no software that does this, believe it or not. They had to manually take every single street that has recycling pickup and by A, first memory, and then B, confirming it with our GIS system, update the list so that they were accurately dividing it. It was a whole day project, so I credit them with that, and also, of course, being the ones that helped mitigate any confusion. But again, if you live on the east side of the bridge, where the middle school and the high school are, no matter what, no matter when you used to put your recycling out, put it out on Monday the 13th, and then every other week after that. Just a shout out and thank you to our Director of People and Culture, Bridget Bell, for coordinating our second annual all-staff training and leadership development program on the 18th. We brought all of our town hall and library staff, as well as department heads from DPW and public safety together for a morning that was focused on core values, building leadership, and inspiring organizational change. That program was once again funded through a grant by Maya. That same day, we presented our annual Teams Award to the Sewer Division's Kathy Kayer. Kathy serves as our sewer administrator, but has held many roles in Town Hall for over 20 years now. She was nominated by her peers because of her exceptional customer service, teamwork, and willingness to help anyone regardless of the project or task. She and all the staff up here can agree Kathy is quite literally the most detail-oriented and organized person that I know, so certainly could not have gone to a more deserving recipient. Town Clerk Jessica Brunell announced today the list of positions that are up for re-election this year as a part of our annual town election. The election will take place on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. Residents who may be interested in running for office can visit tyngsboroughma.gov to learn more about the positions that are open, how to pull papers, and view important deadlines. Also, this week, our elections page will be updated with information on how you can vote and the dates for that. Questions about the upcoming election should be directed to the Office of the Town Clerk by calling 978-649-2300 extension 129 or simply emailing clerk@tyngsboroughma.gov. We continue to lobby Governor Healy's office to include the $600,000 for the new DPW garage in her capital plan, which we expect she will announce this spring. To date, we've sent letters of support from this board and the Sewer Commission to the governor, as well as to the Secretary of Administration and Finance, which ultimately organizes the capital plan. I've spoken to staff in Senator Kennedy's office and Representative Gary's office. They're also sending letters to those same two people. So the only thing we can do at this point is to continue to lobby, and so we'll send duplicates of those letters until we get confirmation. But again, we won't know that for certain until the spring. It would be part of her 5-year capital plan, so in a best-case scenario, that money would be available for expenditure in July. it is possible that it be included in a future capital year, but we're certainly pushing for the first year. The fire department has finalized the purchase of the new pumper truck that was authorized as borrowing at the October town meeting. The final purchase price was $719,000, which is $181,000 less than what town meeting authorized. The town will issue a short-term ban on this and look to coordinate it with other debt, either as a part of this year's capital plan or future borrowing. Due to the low value of this note, the town will utilize the Department of Revenue's State House Note Program, which is a low-cost option for these types of notes. The sale of the ban will close on January 14th, and I expect that we'll take delivery of the new truck in early February. I'm happy to share that last week I awarded a contract to Emmy O'Brien for the installation of a 26 by 44-foot timber pavilion on the new Sherburne Ave rec parcel, which after your meeting tonight will have a new name, hopefully. The funding for this was approved by CPC in town meeting in October. The contract is within our approved budget, and the goal is to have the pavilion installed and ready for use this spring. Fortunately, Emmy O'Brien is on an MHEC state contract, so we were able to avoid some of the more lengthy and often more costly procurement methods that we had to use the first time. The Affordable Housing Trust is seeking feedback on 15 proposed strategies that would be included in the housing production plan. These strategies were developed with public feedback at a public forum that the Affordable Housing Trust and NIMCOG hosted at the Center for Active Living back in November. They're intended to be strategies to help address the housing challenges that this group has identified. Again, with help from the public, there were public surveys. They tabled at Block Party at the Center for Active Living. And they identified through that process challenges that Tyngsborough is facing. The goal of the survey is to make sure that the strategies address the needs that are specific here to Tyngsborough as opposed to just casting a wide net. Residents are encouraged to take the brief survey, which is available on the town's website, and we'll be accepting responses through January 16th. Tyngsborough residents participating in our energy aggregation program saved nearly $1 million just in the first 3 quarters of 2024, as compared to if they were on National Grid's basic rate. The billing reports are behind a little bit, so I don't have the full year's worth of data, but certainly $1 million in the first 3 quarters is tremendous. As a reminder, you are automatically on the program unless you have previously intentionally opted out. You can confirm that you're on the program by looking at your bill. If under the supplier you see a supplier other than National Grid, that means you're on energy aggregation, and of course folks can call our office to learn more. A final reminder that we're still seeking proposals from qualifying firms to design, install, operate, and maintain solar arrays on the roofs of this building, Town Hall, and as well as the Center for Active Living. Interested firms can find the formal RFP on our website under the bids and RFPs. The deadline to submit a proposal is next Wednesday, January 15th. I'm happy to share that Maya has awarded Tyngsborough the 2024 Outstanding Wellness Champion Award thanks to the hard work of our Director of People and Culture, Bridget Bell. This award recognizes Tyngsborough's efforts to maintain staff morale, well-being, and training. All the work done in this area is funded by Maya through grants to their member communities. That award will be presented to the town at Maya's annual business meeting, which is part of the MMA Connect 351 conference at the end of January. At that same conference, we'll accept an award for our newly redesigned annual town report, thanks to Jackie. We received 3rd place in the MMA annual town report for our community size. That competition highlights and recognizes annual town reports that use innovative, creative, and thoughtful design and presentation to keep residents informed and share relevant information. As you'll remember, Jackie redesigned that annual town report on her own last year, and so this will be the 2nd year that we're pushing out a report that I think not only maintains the important information people are looking for, but it points you to the key information. It's easier to read, and all around, it's just a much better looking report. So kudos to Jackie. And that's all I've got today.
Thank you. Kat?
Bids were due on December 23rd for the Old Town Hall and First Parish cleaning services. The town awarded the contract to Pro Cities Facility Services, Inc., who submitted a very competitive bid. They currently service facilities such as New Hampshire DOT, New Hampshire Employment Services, New Hampshire DMV, and other state bodies. And the health department staff have been actively promoting their survey on how we should spend the opioid settlement funds the town was awarded. Working with the media department, they have utilized ad targeting on social media to reach a broader audience. So far, they've collected 80 responses. As a reminder, residents can find a link to the survey more by visiting the town's website. So all encouraged to apply by the end of the month. Submit.
Submit by the end of the month?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that update. I guess I will open it up to the board for questions, comments, starting with Select Person Schneider.
I have no questions, Mr. Chair.
Select Person Gilfus. A lot of info there.
And I read the report, but you've added things, so.
She does that to us.
No, I don't think I have any questions. Really, just congratulations all around. Like, there's so much in there that's a win, so thank you to everyone that contributes. Definitely the administration is doing a heck of a job, so thanks, folks.
Yeah, I'd like to just take a moment to congratulate Bridget Bell for her award and our own Jackie Schnackers for her award. Jackie, I think she looked at the Old Town report long enough, and as soon as she had, the capability, she wanted to make a change, and it was exceptional last year, and I'm sure it will be this year. So congratulations, Jackie and Bridget.
Yeah, just to echo that, because Jackie, when you showed me the first draft of the report last year, I was just blown away because I was like, oh, this is exactly what we need. It was easy to read. It had the right information. It was
had pie
clear, it was
charts too?
concise.
It had pie charts
It
too.
had pie charts in it. It was
If
just
you
like,
know Eric, if there's a pie chart in it, he's in love.
So, thank you. Glad that it was recognized as well. Same thing with Bridget, right? It's great to know that you did a great job, but fantastic to get recognized. So congratulations, much deserved. And I am looking forward to next year's because I know Jackie's already started working on pulling that information together. The only other thing I did want to remind residents on was the extra money or the unspent money, the 181K on the pumper truck. That does not mean we're going to go and spend the other 181,000 on something else. That money is just, that we're just not going to borrow that. So, good news, but I didn't want people to think that we're still going to go and spend that extra money. In this situation, it was just for the pumper truck, and that's all it's going to be used for.
Correct.
Other than that, as always, a fantastic update, very comprehensive. And I encourage residents, if you have not had the opportunity to look through some of this, listen to this again in the podcast, and because there's little things that are there and a lot of really good information that's in there. So, again, thank you to the administration for doing a bang-up job in keeping everybody up to date and informed.